going on closer to where I'm from, which is the Wheeling area, Bridgeport area. It's starting in February. So today I'm going to discuss the 4 main pillars of team management, which are hiring, onboarding, management, and development, and 16 strategies that you can use to build a team that scales. We all know the importance of building a business, especially if you're an owner. You want more revenue, more profit, which leads to more freedom in your life and your bank account, right? That's what we all want. To build a profitable commercial enterprise, sole reason for creating a business in the first place. But growing a business and scaling a business aren't the same. Scaling a business is growing a business with purpose to increase profit, but predictably and consistently. And I'll get into a little bit of my background in a minute, and where I was and how it led me to where I am today. What I found is most businesses think they know what scaling is. They think they know how to grow a business. But usually there's one key element missing, and that's real transformation. There's no consistency, no systematic progress forward, and most businesses, in my experience, are doing it wrong. If they were doing it right, they'd be on the Fortune 500 list a lot faster than they are today, right? But what we see is most businesses really struggle to, get past certain points. They chase after any money they can get, and worse, they're hiring out of convenience. I'm sure we've all hired out of convenience. I've hired out of convenience. Hey, my cousin Johnny can do websites. We can get it for free or for cheap. What ends up happening is usually it's not the best website. It doesn't have the best message. There's some breakdown there. And that's just not the right way to do it. But the secret to building a business that scales is to make everything repeatable and everything systematic. A business that is scaling the right way has predictability and consistency at every level. And there are 3 key areas that I teach in my consulting program that business owners need to master in order to scale effectively, efficiently, and rapidly. And that's mindset, strategy, and systems. And today we're going to discuss one system in particular, that's team management systems. Having the correct team systems in place is not only critical to your growth, but you won't scale past a certain point without it. And you'll stall and stagnate. So everyone's heard of Jim Collins, Good to Great, possibly, maybe not. But anyway, he wrote this book, Good to Great. It's 5 years of analyzing 28 different businesses. And one of the key takeaways for me is first who, then what, right? It's not just the people are the most important asset, but the right people are the most important asset. And those of you that are owners, which again I think is most of you, I'm sure you've been at a point where you are worried about giving up control. I know something that I'll get into my story where I was, you're the expert and you don't think anyone else can do it as good as you can. You feel overworked, you feel like you have a job, maybe 4 jobs, and though you found the perfect employees, sometimes they don't work out the way that you'd hoped. They don't end up being that perfect employee. And if you feel like that, you're probably like 97% of businesses out there, including myself. So a little bit about me. Gave you a card. I'm currently owner of Focus First Business Advisors, and I help businesses scale from 6 to 7 figures. And I help entrepreneurs that have gone through that hustle and grind to get where they are today, to get out of that rut and to be able to find that freedom, that time freedom, financial freedom, and to do more of what they want when they want. I do that by helping them rebuild the foundation of their business, overcome bottlenecks, teach them scaling as a mindset. Similar to Greg, we work on systems as well. That's a big part of scaling a business. And even though so I started out in marketing and graphic design, like Joe there. Did a lot of graphic design, but along the way, I'd managed a lot of teams. I'd been in-house designer. We worked on big projects. I did government projects for the big 3-letter acronyms like NASA, EPA, FEMA.
Wait a minute, NASA's not 3 letters.
3 and 4 letter. 3 and 4 letter.
All right, we're just hassling you. Tough crowd.
What's your other 4-letter words, anyway?
It actually does say 3 and 4 letter words here. Trying to streamline it. Anyway, so I had worked on bigger projects, led teams. A lot of those teams in the past were picked out for me, but along the way I was getting freelance projects, and so it made sense for me to start my own agency, so I did. But along the way, working with companies, I always gravitate towards working with them strategically, helping them solve issues, point out where they were faltering, not just in graphic design, marketing. And really, I think that's what led me to create Focus First. A passion for helping others, not have to deal with these bottlenecks, not have to deal with these issues that I dealt with as I tried to figure business out along the way with my agency. But transitioning from being a freelancer or solopreneur is definitely tough. I mean, not knowing what's what out there. But I was able to grow it into an in-house team of 6 people, and then also managing a slew of other outside contractors and remote employees, about 6 or 8 of those. So juggling all that became super difficult. But eventually figured it all out, luckily, and scaled the business a little bit, and the business was acquired, which was fortunate for me. But quick story along the way,